Hey everyone, this is Moni Castaneda. I'm a feng shui consultant and teacher and speaker and author. I am founder of Feng Shui Forest and creator of the 9 Steps to Feng Shui system. And today my boys, introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Alwyn.
I'm Zafar.
My boys, Awan and Zafar, are with me because we want to share with you guys how we use our wealth poster as a family. The Feng Shui wealth poster is a manifesting tool that can help you get all the material things that you would like to have. And so it is not, it's not a vision board. It's different because in a vision board, you put everything that you can think about, and that you want for your life. But on a wealth poster, you put only pictures of material wealth. And so I want to do this with the kids. And I wanted to do it in a way that would be unscripted, that we didn't even talk about what we're going to say today. So there's no preparation whatsoever. And at the same time, I'm recording this with Zoom for my mailing list, but I'm also live on Facebook. So sometimes I'm going to be looking at one camera and now the other, and then the other. So just to give you some background, right? So when I bought this house, when I put a contract on this house, I was still living in Iowa, and this house is in Tennessee, in the United States. And my husband was in Tennessee, and he was hunting for houses, and he would send me the listings, and he would send me pictures that he would take, and I would tell him, which houses I was interested in. And we finally decided on this house. Now, the pictures that they sent me showed a deep gray carpet. And I was like, okay, with a husband, 2 boys, and 2 cats, that seemed like a good idea to have a dark gray carpet. But once we moved here, I realized the photos were not bright. The carpet was actually light gray. But after a few years, with a husband, 2 boys, and 2 cats, it became dark gray. And I was so embarrassed. Because no matter how much I tried to take stains out of the carpet, it was really hard. So we changed, we finally decided to change the floor. Like for a while, I didn't want to change the floor because these kids, they used our living room as a jungle gym. And so they were so many times, they would fall and then they would throw themselves. And so I didn't want to change the carpet until they had outgrown that phase. So when they finally were a little bit more civilized, I said, okay, we're going to change the floors. And I didn't want to get carpet again because it's not very hygienic to have wall-to-wall carpet. It's even if you have a really good vacuum, there's a lot of stuff that stays in there. And so we got some beautiful bamboo floors for our home. And in the beginning, we were so happy with the bamboo floors. We just wanted to look at the sleek floors. And I just love looking at our bamboo floors. But after a while, we started missing. You get a little closer.
Sorry.
After a while, we started missing being able to sit down on the floor more comfortably or lie down on the floor or maybe do yoga or Pilates. So we decided we needed a rug for our living room. And so hello, Mary. As people join us, there's a chat feature that you can use if you're joining us through Zoom. And if you are doing the Facebook Live, you can put comments under the video. And so we decided that we needed a rug. And so most decisions, my husband, he works a lot and he stays really busy. And so most decisions, usually it's the 3 of us. We look at things, we decide, and then we show things to him. And so we had decided, we were online and we looked at the kind of rug we wanted. And so we had decided on a rug with earth tones. I have very bright colors in my home. I like bright colors. And so we're looking for a rug with bright, deep earth tones. And so we finally, looked at some things online and we decided we were ready to go look for a rug. And we put it on our wealth poster. So we took a picture from the internet of the rug we were looking for, and we put it on our wealth poster. Now, it had to be a certain size. We wanted it to be 8 by 10, so it would cover most of the visible floor on the living room. And we also wanted it to be thick. We didn't want, like a lot of rugs today, they're really, really flat. And we didn't want that. We wanted a rug that felt really, really luxurious when we were stepping on it barefoot. So that's the kind of rug we were looking for. And so we went, and we went to a place. If you live in or near Knoxville, Tennessee, you have got to go to the Southeastern Salvage. It's my second favorite store in the United States. My most favorite store is
Home Depot.
Home Depot is my most favorite store. So you can let me know in the comments or in the chat, what is your favorite store? And do you like construction stores like the Home Depot? And so the Southeastern Salvage, they have furniture and they have a lot of rugs and a lot of things that are imported. So they have they have a lot of variety. So we went there and they have a lot of rugs and they have them hanging, so you can open and close them like doors, these panels. And we took a long time, we took a long time to look for a rug we liked. And so why don't you tell us first, Al, tell us a little bit about the experience of looking for a rug at the Southeastern Salvage. What do you remember? It's been a year almost, right?
Well, yeah, it's been almost a year. And I'm sure you guys know that, like, at these places where they sell these big rugs, they're often suspended, kind of like they're hung vertically. And so, like, we were browsing through these and you sort of flip through them. And they had a few options that were, like, okay. But all of them had some flaw, like this one has really nice colors and good patterns, but then it has this one color, like, for the whole half of the rug that just doesn't go well, that kind of thing. And so we did some of that, and we decided eventually that we would come back later, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, at some point we were like, so we couldn't find a rug in the size that we wanted, with the thickness that we wanted, with the colors that we wanted. So we were kind of settling, and we said, okay, we're going to take a break, because we had been there for so long. It's important when you choose something for your house that you touch it, that you feel it, especially a rug, so we're just not looking at the colors, but we were touching, we're feeling the textures. And so we had kind of chosen one, and we decided, okay, we made the mistake, which ended up not being a mistake later on. We just left that panel open where the rug we liked was, and then we said, okay, let's go eat something. So we went and got a snack, and then we went to my favorite store, the Home Depot, to see what they had in rugs, and then we couldn't find anything we really liked there. And so we went back to the Southeastern Salvage, and when we got back to the Southeastern Salvage, the rug had been sold. The only one that we kind of like had been sold. So I was like, okay, obviously we were kind of settling for that rug, and that was not the rug we were meant to have. And so we went home and we went back on the internet, looking at prices and different things. And then I realized, one of the things I was not considering before, I was looking at the size, the feel of the rug, the colors, and the thickness, how deep it was. But one thing that I was not considering was the materials. And then I started looking at the different prices comparing materials. So most rugs today are made of synthetic materials, which means they're made of petroleum. They may look like a rug, but they're really plastic. Mm-hmm. And plastic is not a good idea on feng shui. So then I started looking at prices, right, of the rugs, and there's going to be, for the size we needed, the kind of rug we needed, was going to be on the cheap side, $800, and on the most expensive was going to be almost $5,000 for that rug in the natural materials that I wanted. And so then we did a search, right? And we did a search, and we called my husband to look on the computer and look at the rugs that we had found. And all of a sudden, these earth tones that we're looking for, he said, oh, I don't like that at all. So if the previous day somebody else hadn't bought that rug that we wanted, then we would have ended up with that rug in our home that my husband hated. And so we spent about 20, 30 minutes. I selected rugs that I liked, and then all of us went through them until we arrived on one that we liked. But unfortunately, it was made of synthetic material. It was the right size. It was a price that was affordable, and it was thick, the thickness we wanted and everything, but it was synthetic. So I was kind of resigning myself. Okay, it's going to be synthetic, right? And so one of the reasons we were searching and we really wanted to find a good deal is a story I'm going to tell you later on, because right now we're going to tell you how we manifested the rug. Then we're going to share a little bit of the first time my kids used a wealth poster too efficiently. and what we had to do because we were manifesting things too quickly. And then I want to tell you a story about how I manifested the car that I'm driving right now. But when I found the car, just a couple of months before we were looking for a rug, because of using the wealth poster, this car that I thought I was going to have to finance, I was able to pay cash for it. But because I paid cash for it, my accounts were kind of slim. And so we're really looking for a good deal when we're looking for this rug. And so we got the image from the internet, we put it on our wealth poster. And then the very next day, this was 2 or 3 days after our first search for rugs, then we went to a restaurant that is not too far from the Southeastern Salvage. We went to meet some friends, my favorite Mexican restaurant in Knoxville, which is called Habaneros 2. And so we had a great time with our friends, we were chatting. And as we were leaving, there is Dory. Dory is our kitten that is an introvert. She is an introvert. Unlike Clemencita, who you have seen in some of my previous videos, if you follow me for a while, Clemencita has been known to come behind here and start chewing on my hair while I do videos. And so back to the rug, right? So we met our friends, we're really happy. And my husband was there with us. So I thought, this is, because he's usually so busy, I thought, this is a really good opportunity to get him to go hunting for rugs. Mm-hmm. And I get this, I often talk about the silent voice from heaven. I get this voice that says, go back to the Southeastern Salvage. And I'm like, we were there just 2 days ago and we couldn't find anything that like what we wanted. But the voice insisted, go back to the Southeastern Salvage. So we went to the Southeastern Salvage with my husband and we go in and we go to this section with the rugs. And you tell us what happened.
We went there and we found open, I believe.
Yeah.
A rug that was the exact size and quite thick, that was significantly soft and made completely out of wool.
Yes, but what did you think? It was so similar. It was so similar in design to the one that we had put on our wealth poster. What did you ask? Do you remember?
Oh, I asked, did we buy this in advance and have it delivered here?
Yeah, he thought that we had bought it on the internet and they were holding it for us. That's how similar it was, And then he just gave away kind of the punchline because I was like, okay, this is a beautiful rug. We all loved it. It felt really soft to the touch. And then when I turn it around to check the price, before I even see the price, I see that it was 100% wool. Wow, because I had looked at the prices before, and to get the kind of rug that I wanted, 100% cotton, 100% wool, it was from $800 to $5,000. And so I was like, wow. So my husband said, let's just get it now. Let's just get it. And it was $240. My husband likes to haggle, so he haggled and he got like $20 off. And so now we have a beautiful rug that we love in our living room. And it was just, the first time we had it a few days in our wealth poster before we were hunting for the rug, but we were hunting for the wrong rug because I hadn't been able to get my husband to sit down with me and look at the rugs and agree on the kind of rug we wanted. But once all four of us were in agreement, we put that rug one day on our wealth poster. The next day we went to the store and we found one that was so similar at an unbelievably low price and 100% wool, like super, it feels super luxurious. And so that was the experience of manifesting the rug. But, I want to tell you, how old do you think you guys were when you made your first wealth poster?
Gosh, I was like, I don't know, 6, 7.
I think
Is
maybe you were like 8 and he was 5. It maybe, they were 4 and 7 or 5 and 8. And so I wanted to teach them how to use this wonderful tool called the wealth poster. And so I had them made a wealth poster together, one for the two of them. Of course, they filled it up with toys. And these guys, they're so good at manifesting that we're getting their toys too quickly. And our house was getting completely overwhelmed with toys, like mountains of toys. So my husband and I had a conversation and we said, okay, we cannot let the boys have their own individual wealth poster because or a poster that they were sharing, we have to do family wealth posters because otherwise they get too many things too quickly. And then it's too hard to put things in order. And, with our homes sometimes look like a minefield of toys, so there had to be a lot of negotiation with them so they wouldn't throw toys all over the place. And so you know, they have put all these things on their wealth poster, and I realized that in order to fill out the wealth poster, because a full wealth poster works better than a poster with not too many things. So the more you ask, the more you get, literally. But just to fill out the wealth poster, they were putting things on their wealth poster that they didn't actually like completely. So we're like, okay, this is not working. You know, we need to make sure that when they ask for things, they are the things that they really, really like, that they really, really want. And so that was our first experience with a wealth poster, that we had to say, okay, you know, this is not working. We're going to have to do this again. And so that was pretty cool, you know, to have that experience. That this, you know, these kids, and a lot of the new kids, you know, the kids that are coming today into the world, they're just amazing at manifesting. And part of it is because they're being raised with so much love and so much respect. And that you know, they just have no restrictions. Yeah. And so and now finally I wanted, you know, if you have a comments, you can put, or questions, you can put them in the chat. And I see that one came in, and let me check on Facebook. There's no, some people are watching on Facebook, but we don't see any questions or comments. Say hi on Facebook if you're there. Okay, so let me go back to my Zoom app. Okay, so a question came in. I have done manifesting, decorate pictures, chairs without a poster. How can you use this tool for career or a new job? Okay, so yeah, a lot of people use manifesting. And that's Violetta. Hey, Violetta, good to have you here. Okay, and so there's many ways to manifest. You know, you can manifest through visualization, and you can manifest through affirmations. But what I have seen is nothing works as fast as the wealth poster, or as efficiently as the wealth poster. You know, like things that you put on the wealth poster, the feedback I get from students and clients is that they're getting the thing for 1/10 of the price. You know, for 1/3 of the price, 1/10 of the price, and sometimes even free. You know, I have had cases where people put something expensive on their wealth poster, something really expensive, and then somebody gave it to them. And so the wealth poster works better than just visualizing or doing affirmations. And so, can you use this tool for career and or a new job? No. The short answer is no, absolutely not. You cannot use the wealth poster for that, because, and it's a really good question, but the wealth poster is only for material possessions, only for things that you can get, material things that you can get, and it works amazingly. So one of the things that I have noticed with the wealth poster is that people just are afraid to ask, because a lot of people are raised thinking that they shouldn't be asking for material things, and that if they ask for material things, they're going to be punished. So there's little tweaks that we do on the wealth poster. There's little things we write at the top, at the bottom, on the back. There's little things we write to counteract this superstitious feeling. You know, superstitious feeling or belief is something that is disempowering and not true. So you are a spiritual being, right? You're a spiritual being, but you are living in a material body, and your material body has material needs. And as a spiritual being, some of your spiritual needs are satisfied through material things. For example, the message you need to read comes to you through a book, right? And that book is material, and you need the money to pay for it. And this is my new book, Room by Room, Feng Shui Secrets for a Happy Life. Go get it while the introductory prices still are on Amazon. Only 99 cents for the Kindle version and $7 for the paperback. So that's going to end at the end of the month. And so we have material needs that need to be satisfied with material things. We have spiritual needs, emotional needs that need to be satisfied with material things. Now, the wealth poster is used only for things. So if you want to get a new career or a new job, there's other tools that I use. And for that, you know, the best thing you can do is to get a consultation with me. And so I have this program called the Feng Shui Immersion Program, which is done on Facebook. and it's really, really, it's really effective, and it's not very expensive. You know, one thing that I have done is that I have automated and streamlined my services on Facebook so that I can charge now less than 1/3 of what I used to charge, but it has to be done on Facebook. That's the only way I can do a consultation for the prices I'm charging. So let me know if you'd like me to send you the link to the Feng Shui Immersion program. So to manifest a new career or a new job, or to get a raise, that is different procedures that we use. And some of those are things that, there are some cures that several people could use. For example, you go to my website, 9stepstofengshui.com, you can search for money and or career, and you're going to get some articles there, and especially how to place a waterfall for money. It also works to help you get a new job. But some people need customized help, And so for that, I hope that you consider hiring me. And so some people are asking on Facebook, what does it look like? What it looks like is like a collage. I mean, there's no great mystery on a wealth poster. You get a board or a large piece of paper, and you paste the things that you want. There's no great mystery in the wealth poster. I did not invent the wealth poster. Now, the difference in doing the wealth poster with me, or taking my class, my teleclass that I'm going to do on October the 25th on the wealth poster, the difference is that I have made these little tweaks on the wealth poster to make it more efficient, to help people erase those notions that are going to get punished for asking for something material, that if they get the things that they want, they're going to lose what they love the most or the people they love the most. So we do that. And also certain I have added tweaks to the wealth poster to help you get over false notions, false ideas that you may have around money and wealth. And so when we do the teleclass on the wealth poster, we are going to be talking about why it works. For some of you, you're just going to want to go and get the details on how to do it. Just go through the first 10 minutes of the teleclass and learn how to do a wealth poster, and you're going to be done with that. But other people are going to want to understand better about the nature of money, the nature of wealth, and how to make more money and how to grow your wealth, which are connected but are not the same thing. And so somebody says, write on it with markers. You do write some things on your wealth poster, and at certain times, you write certain things on the wealth poster before you start it. There's things that you put on the top, the bottom, the back. And then as you start getting things on your wealth poster, the things you add to the wealth poster. And so I really want to teach you how to do the wealth poster. And I know many of you may be like the kind of, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. I'm not going to have anybody's help. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to figure it out. I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to search for wealth poster. And to save you the trouble, I already did that. I went to Google and I searched for wealth poster. You're not going to find any good answers there, because all that is offered in the first 3 pages, at least, which is what I looked into, is wrong. It's not going to help you. First of all, because in a lot of wealth posters, they're really trying to help you manifest money. And let me tell you this thing, I'm going to give you this free tip. Never, ever, ever put pictures of money on your wealth poster. A lot of people, when they do their vision boards, they put a tree there and then they put money on the tree because money does grow on trees, or they put a picture of stacks of money, or a picture of a portfolio full of money, like a briefcase full of money. You know what I think about when I see those suitcases full of money? What do you think about?
Drug dealing.
Drug dealing, right? Because most of the time, that's greed. The desire for money is most of the time greed. So we do not focus on getting the money to buy the things. We focus on the things that we want. And so when I teach the teleclass, I'm going to teach you about the difference between money and wealth, how money feeds wealth, but is not wealth, which for a lot of people comes as a surprise. So when you focus on money, it's harder to grow your wealth. When you focus on the things you want, it becomes a lot easier to grow your wealth. And so I'm going to keep refreshing here on Facebook to see if I can get any more questions or any more comments. And, remember, if you're joining me through Zoom, you can put your questions in the chat. So, yeah, I will, let me put the link. If you're watching on Zoom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link right there in the chat. And if you are on Facebook, I'm going to put it as a comment underneath the Facebook. So the last thing I want to share with you is about manifesting a car. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but you can manifest a car using a wealth poster. And so I'm just grabbing the link. I'm just grabbing the link here, and we're gonna, I have a time limit on my Zoom, so we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty quick. I can't go over much longer, so, but just let me put this link over here for the Feng Shui Immersion Program. Oh no, I just did the wealth poster instead of doing the immersion program. So I'm gonna have both links over there. Okay, so I wanted to, I needed to replace my car. And when I had gotten my previous car, that was manifested through a wealth poster. And the car that I had gotten before, it was the perfect car that I needed for two kids, for these boys to be able to see their double stroller. And they were little, they were little people. And so, but, you can see they're sitting in lower chairs than mine, but they are already like a head taller than me at almost 13, almost 16, and so long legs, right? And so then I had to say, okay, we need a car that's bigger so they can fit. And I also used a wealth poster, and I put my ideal dream car on the wealth poster, and then I went through a series of things that you have to do in order to get the car, and in the end, I ended up getting a car that was not the exact car that I put on the wealth poster, but it had all the same features as the car that I put on my wealth poster, but it was not as expensive. And I also, after I put it on the wealth poster, there was a cascade of events that happened that led me to a car that I went and test drove the car in my community here, but I didn't buy it there because I didn't like the energy of the salespeople. And then I got from heaven all the messages of what to search for on the internet, and I found a car, the exact same car that I had test driven, the same color, the same mileage, the same kind, the same model, for $5,000 less, and that is why I was able to pay cash for it. And so you can manifest a car by using a wealth poster. So I had to say bye, because I have this time limit. But do keep sending me questions. You can send me questions via email. You can send questions via the Facebook page or the Facebook group Feng Shui for Us. And keep letting me know about your comments and questions about a wealth poster. So somebody joined us from Belgrade. That is awesome. And so I have shared the links with you so that you can take advantage of the super early bird price. You're not going to believe this, but I'm just charging $9 for you to attend the teleclass. And if you can't attend, it's a live teleclass, but if you can't be there live, you can just watch the recording after that. And so, but it's just $9, but this price, this fee expires on Monday, and then from then on it goes on to $18. And so, and that price stays on till Wednesday, and then it goes on to $27. So even if you got it for $27, I mean, most people blow $27 without thinking. But right now you can go get it for $9, and go ahead and enroll and be part of this group, and we're going to have a great time. And I thank you so much for joining us. And I'll see you in the next video or in the emails. Goodbye.